states are wanting to jump on board the revamped US missile defense plan in Europe. Bulgaria now says it could join up if the EU endorsed the move. It follows a similar statement from Romania. Well, for more on the story, let's now cross live to Mikhail Troitsky. He's a foreign policy expert at the MacArthur Foundation in Moscow. Thanks very much indeed for joining us. Now, Moscow strongly opposed the previous anti-missile defense plan involving the Czech Republic and Poland. This one looks likely to involve even more countries. Is this going to deal a big blow to all the positivity we've seen between the Kremlin and the White House of late?
Well, clearly this plan is different from what was discussed between the United States on one side and Poland and the Czech Republic on the other side. The plan that the United States is talking about right now actually only involves tactical or theater missile defense. It's more targeted against missile launches from rogue states. However, of course, Moscow's concerns about possible uses of the current design of US missile defense should be somehow addressed by the United States. I believe there will be some tension, but I think currently both Moscow and Washington are going to focus on finalizing the START 3 agreement, and it's also clear that the missile defense system we are talking about right now is a fairly long-term prospect. So I would say both sides would now focus on their immediate goals and then see how much differences will actually the missile defense projects bring into their relations, how much controversy it's going to cause.
This development, though, comes at an interesting time when we see Germany wanting to rid itself of all American nuclear weapons on its territory, while we now see new NATO members, like Bulgaria and Romania, of course, appearing to be quite keen to host US arms. Why is that?
Well, I wouldn't actually make this link between the long-standing debate in Germany between the future of U.S. nuclear arms on the German territory and the current talks between the United States and the fresh NATO members about missile defense. There's no talk about massive deployments of U.S. contingents or U.S. military infrastructure on the territories of new NATO members. And of course there's no talk about deploying nuclear weapons on those territories, because this is basically banned by the by the NATO-Russia Founding Act of 1997. However, the United States is clearly trying to consolidate a camp of close allies in Eastern Europe, and those allies are keen on involving the United States, on tying the United States to their own security. So there's no surprise, there's certain understanding achieved between the United States and those countries about potential deployments of some US missile defense infrastructure on their territories.
Mikhail Troitsky, thanks very much indeed for your time there, Deputy Head of the MacArthur Foundation Moscow office. Thanks very much indeed.